If any of your Keynote measurements are reporting errors with the new IE11 browser, what you want to do is figure out what page the errors are occurring on and what are the error codes. First thing you do is go to My Keynote, download your script, and play it back in the Kite player. Here's my script in Kite, and when I get to step 5, I fail on the first DOM script. You can see that this red box around the step is indicating where we failed, and so we can tell that my first DOM script here did not execute correctly, and I have an error code as well that says 99200, the execution of a JavaScript block in the transaction script failed. Then you can click on the DOM script and you'll see your code in the DOM scripting window. So somewhere in this block, my script fails. So let me switch over to some PowerPoint slides and show you a few examples. Looking at the JavaScript code in your DOM scripts will help you figure out what part of it's broken. We've noticed a couple of functions that do not work in IE11, so we recommend changing those to something different. The fire event function isn't very reliable, and also this create event object. Both of those are no longer supported in IE11, so here's a couple of substitutions that may work for you. The first thing you can try is, instead of fire event, you can define the element you're trying to click on the page, which I'm showing right here. This is just an example from a Google script. But then once you've defined your element, you can just use element.click function, and hopefully that'll work. That's the simplest approach. If that doesn't, you could try some more advanced code, and this second solution would be to use an event object using the function create event and pass the argument UI events, and then implement the rest of this code. Essentially, the last line is dispatch event for your object. And thirdly, another try could be to create event with this create event function using mouse events, and then you're doing a dispatch event there as well. The second item, instead of using create event object as a function, there's a new function that does work in IE11, create event with the value of UI events. Now after you've tried this, it may work, it may not work, but in the end, what you're trying to do here is develop some JavaScript code that works in the IE browser, and you may develop that code in the console in IE and then bring it back into Kite once you know it works. Another solution could be to try playback in Firefox or Chrome, and if you're willing to use those browsers and they play back fine with your JavaScript code, you might be able to avoid doing code modifications. If you aren't coming to a solution, you can reach out to Keynote support and we'll try to give you some guidance on that as well.